Welcome to Smash Bros. Melee, one of the hardest games to get good at on this planet. To get to the top level of this game takes years, and most people never even come close. As for me, I've been playing for 8 whole years, and I'm like them. I have never had a crazy tournament run or a wild upset. Just your average Joe competitor, the dream of becoming a top player, merely just that. My dream, however, has always been to just once, instead of being the one cheering.
No way! No way!
To be the guy being screamed for. To even just once feel like the main character. And the perfect opportunity is coming right up with Arcadia, the National UK and Ireland Arcadian. A best of the rest tournament where only unranked players can compete. A chance to shine for the average Joe.
Oh! Do it! Oh! Yeah! Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
I'm by no means expected to get even close to top 8 at this event, so over the next few months I'm going to figure out how an old man like me can learn some new tricks and figure out if it's possible for a working adult to get good at a game as hard as Melee, all while documenting the whole process for you guys. The goal? Achieve my dream with a run all the way to top 8 at Arcadia, or even better, to take it all home. My name is Chaler, and this is the story of how I tried to achieve that dream. So what's the plan? Didn't you just say how hard this game is? Is this even possible? I'll get there. First, how about I give you some perspective on myself and the competition. At the last Arcadian a year ago, my local top player Ants placed second. That's a great benchmark, so how do I rack up to him in comparison? Well, pause that, I see some game 5s in there. I also have managed to rarely beat some of the other players in this top 8. Kinda. They were definitely one-offs, and they have without a doubt improved since then, and will be gunning for this one. Whereas myself, I've been a bit consumed. You spend all day thinking about Melee. Kind of the last thing you want to do at the end of the day to relax is to just play more, you know? So at the time of writing this, I'm just a wincy bit rusty. But let's go to a tournament and see how I do. Luckily, there's one just this weekend. So let's go. Well, that wasn't terrible. I didn't do anything crazy, but I think I showed myself that I had potential. However, I did get kind of absolutely rinsed by Lima Bean, a Falco from the southwest who I think is easily top 8 contention for this Arcadian. It's clear that if I want to get good enough to be able to show guys like him some competition, I'm gonna need some help. Frenzy is the best player in the whole of the UK and is the 44th ranked player in the whole world at the time of writing this. Also, he's a pretty popular coach over on Metafy. Wink, 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 wink. I'm really bad at winking. And he's also agreed to give me some lessons in the lead up to the Arcadian to hopefully give me some well-needed direction to help me achieve my goal. We've got about 60 days, 65 days, something like that.
60 days to top 8.
Yeah.
I think it's doable. I think this one is a lot closer in skill level, and like I just feel like there's enough tools available today that you can have a big growth as a player like really quick. So yeah, I think you can get definitely top 8. Actually, winning the event might be a bit of a stretch of my skills and your skills, but I think we can get top 8. I do actually think that. So.
Okay, all right. I like the positivity. In just one lesson, Frenzy would set up all the framework I need. We identified how much time I have, what the most important things are for me to get better at in the time, and how to make that as easy as possible for me. For instance, instead of learning a more frame-tight way for me to refresh my ledge invincibility, for me to get my ledge dashes onto the stage, we decided to go with just a simple drop and jump. While this is technically worse, in 2 months, it's probably the best we can hope for. So, with a solid schedule in place, I was ready to get on that grind. But almost as soon as I was given the prep, I had another tournament which I planned before I actually even thought of this video, and that's the EU Major Tournament, Valhalla, in Denmark. So, how would I do? Quick crash course for those Americans watching. Over in the UK and most of Europe, it's standard that we do round robin style pools, meaning you play everyone in your group and the top 3 players make it out based on your win rate. Now knowing this, how did I do at Valhalla? Well, that was certainly humbling, but I did learn some really important things. So, not to make excuses, but to make excuses...
Please, no Johns.
I had to do an hour and a half of dubs into immediately then hopping on an hour and a half of commentary with no break, and then after I got off commentary, immediately go play my pool with no break again for food or drink. And because of that, I played some of the worst melee I think I have played in years. This was kind of just a great reminder on how controlling the external factors are to have a good tournament run. Comparing my condition to Crescendo is just night and day. This will without a doubt be an important reminder going into the Arcadian. Another thing I think was important was I played friendlies versus Prisson. You know, the guy who won that whole tournament. And the dude is like absolutely nothing else. He's so fast, he's so oppressive, that if I could learn to even slightly withstand him, every other player would probably just feel slow by comparison on some Dragon Ball shit, you know? At least that's my theory. For now though, let's actually get on that grind using Frenzy's practice schedule, and I'll report back to you guys in a couple of weeks. You know, I really should have changed my clothes or something to kind of depict the passage of time, but I kind of just wrote the script, and I should have maybe recorded it as I went as well, but here we are. I wrote the script as I went, so I promise you I'm saying these things as I wrote them in the time frame, but I'm kind of just here now talking it all through with you as a narrator, so pretend it's that time, please. I'm sorry if that breaks the immersion. I just wanted to say, in case you say in the comments, stop typing that comment. Also, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. I'm begging on my knees. Anyway, thank you. So now it's been 3 weeks since I started this challenge, and I'm already feeling a lot of improvement. It's crazy. I've been to a few locals and an online tournament, but I haven't really been dropping days for practice, only 1 or 2 maybe a week. The main focus of my practice routine and most obvious improvement has been my ledge play. I'm just way more confident there, and dying to stupid options just way less. I'm also utilising the platforms way more to my advantage, thanks to just practicing moving on them. Crazy! I can feel my combos have improved a lot as well because of that. I have a meeting with Frenzy today to sort out what to change in the routine just based on my gameplay, what I've gotten better at so far.
The big one was way dodge out of shield punishes. I genuinely felt like I was trying to punish like Fox and like Marth from like a slight distance away, not like shooting right in their face, like shooting a little like on the tip of their move.
Yeah.
And it feels like extremely hard without notches to get the wave dash length.
Are you shield angling when you do it?
No.
Okay, well that'll be why.
I see.
Because if you're already angling like this, you're already ready to get that angle.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah.
One thing I'd say you could add to it, actually, because I've been recommending this to a few people now, is just to do exercise.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you do that at the moment, but I think that's just a very good tool for like pulling all of this together and just focusing on like doing different moves to hit the eggs and just trying to get, you know, as many as you can in.
I trusted Frenzy's words, and I soldiered on with the plan, hoping that eventually this stuff would just click. However, the first big obstacle of the video would rear its head, and that's work.
Okay, just ending my day in bed. No, I don't sleep for a shirt on. I just didn't want to flashbang you with my chest. So this is the end of the week from when I recorded that segment, and I have done my practice every day. I've recorded every single day, which is really good of me. I'm really happy with that because it's been a real tough week. I've got to try and get this video out, and I'm sure hopefully by the time this video comes out, that video will be out. I'm working all day, every day. Like, I don't know most of the time, but now it's like no time for breaks, just full on all the time. And so finding the little breaks that I can use to practice is pretty hard, but we're doing it. It's not something I've really ever done before, and I've normally come to think, I'm like, I can't play. No play here. None to be found. No play, only work. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that I've been able to get it done. I feel like I'm still improving. The Frenzy program as such is working out really well. I've been able to get some friendlies in with some people like Prison and things like that as well. Friends, were really good. So yeah, it's all coming along really well. Unfortunately though, because of the work, I haven't been able to go to the tournament that I was meant to go to this weekend on my schedule. I planned to go to a tournament this weekend on Sunday, tomorrow, and now I can't. I can't go to that tournament anymore. I have to work. I have to get this video out. If I don't get this video out, I'm going to lose my mind. Which just needs to be out. It needs to be out. I can't focus on anything else properly until this video's out. So I need to do that. I'll update you after the video's out and see if I've been able to keep it up or if the video's eaten me alive and I've missed a whole week of practice and I am... Alright, what's up guys? It's been... I have no idea how many days. I don't know how many days it's been. It feels like all the days have blended together because I've just been stuck here at my desk working on this fucking video for God knows how long, and so therefore my practice has kind of died. I've been able to get a few bits and bobs here and there, but I think the past week or so I've probably only practiced like three times maybe. I'd managed to go to the local though, so I managed to find the time for that, but yeah, I haven't really practiced much. I've literally been in the edit dungeon for this video that just keeps growing in size. It won't stop growing in size. And hopefully it'll be finished in the next 2 days, and then I'll be free and I'll be done. And I've even had a haircut in the time I filmed the last one. I don't know what's going on with it right now. It's a bit weird. It looks a bit gross. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm going to have a meeting with friends today. We're going to do some analysis for like an hour. That's going to be my time that I'm going to be doing for it. But I'm in lock-in mode. I'm in deadline mode. I haven't got the video out in time, and we're going to be doing that. And then, yeah, we've got a month until the Arcadian. It's looking dicey. It's looking dicey, that's for sure. Oof. Might be able to do it still. Maybe.
I always knew that real life was going to be the biggest obstacle in this video. I don't think I knew just how hard it was going to get, as even after I posted the video, burnout would hit me like a truck that's trying to transport me to another world.
So, oh fuck. I posted the video, I got it out. I don't think I've made an update since I posted the video and got it out, but it's been a hell of a time. I'm loving that it's out and done, but the busyness from the reception afterwards and just other life plans. I had my birthday the weekend after, and then I've gone sick this week. I haven't actually been able to have another practice session with Frenzy. It's been too busy to sort it out. Things don't always go as planned, which is typical. That's kind of what I'm doing to this video to kind of prove a point for. So I guess it works. I guess it's a good thing in some way. I have still been able to get some practice in there, which is good. I'm proud of myself for being able to stick to that. I've been able to get the practice done. One big thing was that I managed to take a set off of Ant at my weekly, which is huge for me. I haven't done it before. I've got very close so many times, and I finally managed to take a set, which does wonders for my confidence going into Arcadia and risk it all this weekend, which is on Sunday. Terrifying. I'm also not feeling well. I'm going out the night before, so I'm probably going to be hungover. So it already will just be a litmus test of the worst I can probably perform at a tournament. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, what have I done?
I went out with my friends for a delayed birthday celebration, and then travelled with my mate Biss to risk it all. Another mistake, as that was the absolute worst I have ever felt attending a tournament. You could see me napping in the stream, which is something I never do at tournaments. It's kind of weird. And I left as soon as I was out of bracket, which is also something I never do. I like hanging out with my friends. Crazy. My performance was also, once again, nothing to rave about. Dropping to Lima Bean in the Falco matchup, which is really just showing itself to be just a little bit of an issue. So fingers crossed we don't roll it on the day, I guess. Now there was only 2 weeks until the Arcadian, and I've only been able to go over 1 matchup with Frenzy. It's really not looking good for me, but as I said, I had been keeping up that practice. 5 days a week minimum and getting my shifts in, making sure that practice was just never comfortable and was always stuff that was in my sheet. I definitely did feel like I was improving. So in these last 2 weeks, I really just needed to just give it my all. So I hopped on stream and entered as many net play brackets as I physically could to steel myself for the Arcadian. The brackets would go Fine.
Detect that, really?
Close your eyes, honey. I want to punch the microphone, man. That was fucking stupid. Oh my god. Streaming and playing is just really hard. Don't underestimate it. I'm an entertainer at heart, and I just don't have it in me to sit and be silent while I play for chat. So in these tournaments, I failed to achieve top 8, and they're only 1/4 the size of Arcadia. I mean, bright side, it did help me get in that all-important competitive mindset to perform under that pressure and understand what that pressure was making me mess up.
I'm just saying I'm playing really dumb and stupid.
With only 1 week to go and one final lesson with Frenzy, he would go over something which I think changed my whole world.
Like, something like the combo game I don't think is, obviously you're not comboing like Mango, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
What you're doing. Like, I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I'm getting
It's just the main things as these up close. Cool.
I would love to know, actually, can we just run that back real quick? That up tilt.
Yeah, sure.
With this percentage, or a slightly higher. And, Backer doesn't send very far when they're ready for it. What other kind of options do I have here? I could shine him, maybe, but then I feel like he's still just going to DI the back air, I guess, again. But I don't know.
I mean, you probably have shine into Shiner B.
Hmm.
You can do weak back air into strong back air as well. That can help. And then say DI zone.
Oh, I didn't know you
like
could do that kind of DI thing. That's cool. You can do it on each hit. That's dope. I didn't know you could do double hit.
You could do, like you said, dash dance, like that.
I wouldn't have thought at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Uptilt has so much shit. I mean, it's not as much as Shine, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, I just thought he would hit the platform or something, but I guess not, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I said about the Shine. Something like that, right?
Yeah. This small practice routine would only last for a week, but I think I could implement it. It's fast and it's not complex, but it will make my kill confirms so much better. How did I not realize this up to this point? Why did it take so long for me to realize that I'm ending my... It's stupid. I'm stupid. It's great. It will improve me so much. With only a couple of days left and sign-ups closed, we'd finally be able to see who the big threats were for the tournament through the seeding, which, for those who don't know, is the expected placement of a competitor at a tournament. This tournament would be done using tiered random seeding, which means the TOs would place people into skill groups, and then in that group, you would get a randomized seed. My seed group, 17 to 24, and before randomizing, 22, which was completely fair. Despite all my work leading up to this, I wasn't able to put out any results to potentially get me that easier path to top 8. This was going to need to be a quintessential underdog story. I would stay at my friend Liam's the night before, where we would do our absolute best to prep for the tournament super hard by not playing melee at all and just watching Falco combo videos, which really opened up my mind's eye and prepared me for the tournament to come. It's the day of the event, and my friend Haley has actually agreed to record the whole day, even though they weren't competing. So, shoutouts to them for being an absolute legend and recording the event for me. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Haley. As soon as you stepped foot in the venue, the atmosphere was palpable. The competition today was going to be fierce. So many people thought that they could win this thing. And honestly, the competition seemed so tight. I was ready to just, enjoy my time there. Since I was in the second round of pools, I was excited to just watch my friends in the first wave of pools, seeing all the inevitable upsets go down.
So did you find out where you placed?
Oh yeah, I got second in the end.
You did? Second?
Yeah, I got second.
Nice.
I was like,
That's really good. That's really good.
In fact, I got so caught up in watching my friends pull off all these cool upsets that I completely neglected warming up for pools myself.
Just watching everyone play has been so much fun, but I'm so tired now. I'm like, oh my god, my throat's dead. I'm have a coffee, play a little bit, and hopefully it goes through.
You've got, how much time do you have to rest?
Yeah.
You've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
It's nearly 1:30.
I thought it was 2:30 after wave B starts.
Wait, be 1:30 or 2:30. It's 1:30. I didn't know.
I was the second seed in my pool, meaning I was predicted to make it out. My top seed being Mad for Men, or just Jez as many like to call him. I've never been able to beat Jez in a tournament set before, but if I wanted a better overall seed, and therefore a theoretically better path to top 8, I want to win all of my sets and make it out of this pool in first place. My first few sets against my bottom seeds went pretty well. Clean games, and I was feeling overall good about my play. That was until I went up against Bandana T, a Jigglypuff player and the 4th seed of my pool. With how much effort I had put into practicing for this video, and how I really wanted to perform well for the video, I knew the biggest issue today was going to be my nerves. So Jigglypuff, it was going to be a tough one, and oh, it got a little dicey. But luckily, I was able to pick up on some habits, and despite dropping a game, I played a clean game 3 and took the set. However, if we're talking characters that can exploit your nerves, my next match was against my 3rd seed, Ship. Someone I've known for actually half of my life. Someone I've travelled up to this tournament with, but also an Ice Climber player. Luckily, one I've never lost to. But I know that he's been taking lessons from Nikki recently and was looking to take me out particularly, and it showed heavily in the first game. Normally, I'm able to abuse my approaches against him, but today he was just a lot more threatening on the approach, and more importantly, was deadly on the punish. So, I lost game 2 pretty badly. Despite this though, game 3 was still very close, and I was on the edge the entire time. I could really feel my nerves getting to me, despite the fact that I had won all of the sets I meant to. So, when it came to finally play my set versus Jez on stream, I could feel that although I know I could win, it might not go how I wanted. And I was right. I played pretty poorly. All of my bad habits came out, and my punish felt non-existent. Most importantly, I was just overthinking everything, and not trusting my own play at all. And I would lose to Jez 2-0. Still, it wouldn't be the end of the world. In the end, I would get out of my pools as I was seeded. However, before we get to the bracket, we had to deal with the next obstacle. Time. Due to the scheduling, Regional Cruise was put in between pools and bracket, meaning it was going to be a few hours before I had to play again. And if I learned anything from tournaments like Valhalla and Risk It All, it was that I needed to be conservative with my energy. I knew that personally, I wouldn't get much out of warming up at this point. And if I play the whole time, I'm just going to be completely burnt out before the bracket even starts. So, what did I do? I found this comfy little corner, put my earphones in, and closed my eyes for 20 minutes. Is this a little strange? Maybe. I wasn't actually asleep, just my eyes were closed, but that visual rest was just really nice. After 20 minutes, I felt recharged and ready to go again.
Cheers to Chaler. I think Content Man's gonna make a run. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, who did I have in my round 1 of the top 36 bracket? None other than Biss, a Donkey Kong player from my region who had made some killer upsets already today. But he's not just that. Biss is the person who literally taught me Melee. I've known him as well for half of my life. He's also been playing Melee probably longer than I've known him. I don't even know when he started. I'm very confident against Donkey Kong, so I think I can win kind of handily, not to be cocky or anything. However, there is one thing. If he decides to switch to any of his other characters, it could give me a little trouble. But would you lose? Nah, I'd win. For real though, I have beaten them all before. Well, actually, except for one, his Samus. If he pulls that out, I'm probably going to be quaking in my boots. But I haven't seen him play Samus in ages, so I don't think there's any way he'll do it, right? We settled in for game 1 versus his Donkey Kong, and it went as I expected. I just handily beat the monkey. However, I might have done it a little too hard, as after I ban, Biss deselects his character and picks Samus.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna try something.
My heart sinks. The fear sets in. My record versus this Samus is grim. But we've practiced a lot, I just need to trust myself that I can handle it. I managed to take a solid lead in game 2 out of this best of 3, bringing him down to just 1 stock to my 3. However, he instantly takes 1 back on the respawn. Then, the shaky play starts to set in. I'm so nervous at this point to win and just get this Samus off the screen that I start making some absolutely boneheaded plays and get caught at super low percents. Then, if it isn't bad enough, I lose the last stock to a double laser from the ledge. The one habit I've been trying to knock out of myself that I also just know is terrible in this matchup specifically as well. This sends my mental into the absolute gutter. I'm nervous and I just threw away a winning game. Despite this, game 3 also actually starts off well, but then I just can't get this Samus off my screen again, and suddenly I'm on my last stock. Then Biss just comes back and it's over. I don't even look at him or Haley, simply shake my head and just walk out the venue. I've not been this devastated in my performance since my first year or 2 playing the game. After sitting down outside on this bench, I was welling up into tears. However, I decided I wouldn't just sit and wallow in self-pity. Instead, I would rant to the nearest poor sod about my loss and just move on with my day, despite how bad it hurt. So yeah, thanks Jay and R23. R23 especially gave me a nice little pep talk. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it hit a good spot.
We're live. Chaler's just lost to Biss. Biss, how do you feel?
How do you feel? Bad.
Why do you feel bad? Why do you feel bad, Biss? Think of the concept.
Speaking of pep talks, I went back upstairs and while still feeling obviously down, chatted to my mates, and Haley, who wasn't even meant to be at this tournament, gave me a great talk, looked me dead in my eyes, and said that I had this. It wasn't my game plan. I just crumbled under that pressure. I should go back out there. I am playing well. And I mean, when someone has that much faith in you, I mean, how can you not help but get just like a little bit of faith back in yourself, you know? So, if we wanted to achieve our goal, we had one hell of a run ahead of us. Starting from losers round 1, to get to top 8, we would need to win 4 sets in a row in top 36. With all of these killers and people I've just absolutely never beaten in the bracket was going to be near impossible. But hey, I mean, might as well give it our best shot. For my first set in losers, I had to play against a player called Miam King. A player I have played a decent amount. And while I haven't lost a set in quite a few years now, every set feels losable. He's definitely not an opponent I can slouch against, but it could help me get back in my rhythm, assuming that, you know, it goes well. Unfortunately, nerves aren't quite that easy to get rid of. 20 seconds in, I'm 2 stocks down. Next, I'm flubbing everything on the platform, and I'm struggling to kill. 1 minute later, I've lost game 1 in a devastating 3 stock. I'm not kidding when I say that this might have been the best thing that could have happened to me. Hear me out. Because in that moment, right there, here, you can see in the way I take a second to even turn and ask about the ban, just look in my eyes. Dead. Right here, I'm realizing that this video is not going to be what I want it to be. All of that time I practiced, the hardest and most purposely I've ever done in my 8 years playing, and feel like I'm playing the best I ever have, and I've just crumbled under the pressure of all of that practice and dedication. The weight of the time invested has just destroyed my nerves, and I cannot play. So, what did I think to myself in this moment? Did I give up? Did I try to fight to the bitter end, to deny what was happening? No. I can tell you the absolute truth. I just accepted my fate. I realized what was happening, and just made peace with it in that moment. In this brief moment, I realized that I was going to lose. And that was okay. I was genuinely fine with it. I would find some other point to this video, or maybe we can push through and go to a different event and try and get top 8. In the end, it wasn't a waste to put in this effort. I've still gotten better, and I can spend the rest of the day rooting for my friends and enjoying my day at what is a really cool event. So, all I'm going to do now is just play the games out. And if I lose, I lose. So, how did game 2 go? Suddenly, I'm moving again. My edge guards were exactly what I would want, calling out his habit of recovering directly onto stage, comboing for decent percent every time, and honestly, an extremely clean game. Just like that, all of these thoughts that were plaguing me just disappeared, and everything seemed to be falling into place. That doesn't mean the set was over though. Game 3 wouldn't start as well with an early deficit, but as I said, I was ready to lose at any point now. That wouldn't bother me, and I simply just evened it out. Then I immediately take the next stock with a 0 to death jump read. This just kind of really shows how I knew I wasn't playing perfectly. I didn't go for anything crazy here and just punished what I could. I was up 3 stocks to 1, much like against Biss, except this time I'm well aware of what can go wrong. So I take a moment on the Angel Plat and I come down ready to immediately get back throw shined. The last stock was incredibly shaky by both of us, but I somehow managed to hold on all the way through it, and somehow, some way, I pull through my losers round 1. By an absolute thread, we managed to keep ourselves in the bracket, except now, I do feel different. At the time, I really couldn't explain it. I didn't have a clue what was going on, but narrating to you now, I've been able to see that acceptance, the weight off my shoulders, really changed the way I saw everything. I just felt way more locked in, without the distractions of my own expectations weighing me down.
Somehow kept it together. Somehow kept it together, oh my god.
You did. You kept it together. That's all that matters.
With the hands. I got 3 stock and I was like, it's done. Yeah. I was like, I'm too tilted. I don't know if I can bring this back. I don't know what happened in game 2. I just somehow turned it on.
After a quick talk with big man Coach Frenzy, I felt ready to play my losers round 2. A Falco player. So fingers crossed we don't roll it on the day, I guess. A Falco player called Mihao from Ireland. Mihao had been looking pretty good today after getting second in his pool and sending a tournament favourite in Haystack to losers in round 1, as well as going game 3 with 2 of the top 8 seeds of the tournament, Will and Naproxen. Way better than anything I've shown today. I should have been feeling pretty damn nervous, but thanks to my new, apparently godlike mindset, I simply found a Falco to warm up with and then sat down to play my set. Me and Frenzy had gone over the matchup in the weeks prior, and while I still really wasn't feeling too confident, I just had this feeling in my gut that I would be able to win this. In game 1, I was able to get a decent control of the neutral with a slightly stronger laser game, but my punish didn't seem to be as strong, so the game stayed pretty even despite it feeling like I was winning the neutral more. Still, I was clearly getting a read on his patterns. I mean, you don't get a shine like this without it. And after a really, really fucking weird last stock, I somehow took game 1. However, Yoshi's story wouldn't be so kind. The little bit of space on Battlefield was clearly helping a lot more than I realized, as without it, my neutral couldn't hold off Mihao's stronger punish game. And he slowly got the better of me, to a point where I couldn't recoup the lead. However, with game 3 being my counterpick, I could take Mihao to a bigger stage without a top platform. My comfort pick, Pokemon Stadium. Here, I was able to better exploit Mihao's weakness to my laser game by calling out his jumps in neutral to get some big openings. And with that, I was able to take the momentum and the set pretty cleanly, with some nice little strings. Pretty proud of some of these. This one's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I like this one. At this point, my friends who had been knocked out had slowly started to gather around and watch, which was something really cool. It was nice that I hadn't actually gone out 0-2, so from this point, anything was kind of just extra to me in the mindset that I was in at the time, which had just kind of all but forgotten the hope of getting top 8, as sad as it is. Ironically though, now I was just 2 losers sets away from that top 8. However, next in my path was Lum, 10th seed for the entire event, and a Samus player. Almost poetically, the first top 10 seed I face in bracket is a Samus player, after I just lost to Biss's Samus earlier on in the bracket. I wasn't feeling great against a player who mained the character. And you could tell that Lum was feeling pretty confident knowing what happened earlier as well.
You playing Samus?
I am playing Samus.
Yeah.
That's right, Chaler.
I know, yep. Gotta retain the tilt. I'm fine.
I just had to remember what Haley said before. It's not the Samus or the matchup. I just fumbled. Even if I play like I do against Biss, that would probably be enough to put on a strong showing, or maybe even win. Somehow, we ended up in Yoshi's in Game 1, which I thought was great, but Lum started out really strong and gained momentum, going up a good amount. But an unfortunate SD would swing it back in my favour. Somehow, I managed to keep it clean and take the game through just not overextending and just taking my time in neutral. Less nerves. Making sure to never overextend on those edge guards.
Let's go! Let's go!
Next was his counterpick of Fountain of Dreams. A rough stage to control the neutral on for Falco, but somehow I managed to build a lead. I was really proud of my discipline in the corner, and this interaction on the second stock showed I was just poking my way at Samus and not getting too impatient. Somehow, someway, I just kept finding these weird F-smash kills, and then an unfortunate SD again from Lum would somehow just open up the set. Somehow I had gone up 2-0, but this was a best of 5 now. I just needed one more. The third game would not go as well. Lum wasn't about to let me take 2 on his counterpick and hit some pretty clean stuff, as well as call on to some of these F-smashes that I was doing to take the game in a nice 2-stock. It clearly was not over yet. Could I close it out, or was I just going to throw away another set to Samus today? Well, I'm not going to let the past control me, and I take him to FD. This game would be back and forth, with both of us clearly feeling that pressure. Lum was slowly building momentum though. I feel like if I lost this game, it would just all slip out of my hands and it would all be over. I keep up my patience though, and I'm able to bring it to a last stock. However, once again, I'm just struggling to find the kill on this heavy as hell character, and he keeps living and finding more and more damage. It's slowly slipping out of my grasp. I keep really obviously just trying to find a back air, and then he hits this beautifully spaced down smash that combos into a back air to send me all the way off the stage. My heart sinks. I've been in this exact position enough to know that the odds of me making it back are slim. He calls out the up B with another smash attack, but I do DI it well to make it hard to follow up, but I still have no jump. The nerves are clearly getting to him though, and he botches his movement trying to get to the ledge and gets stuck in shield, allowing me to get back to the stage in what's nothing short of a miracle. Any hit will kill either of us now. The pressure is intense. I could feel my heart and my hands just shaking. I miss Waveland, and I capitalize.
Let's go! Let's go!
Beating your demons.
Oh, he did it. The content man did it.
The stress leaves my body. I just have my head in my hands. I honestly can't believe I made it through that. And won. A sloppy win, but a win nonetheless. This time, I turned to see even more of my friends watching my run, and happy for my win. Suddenly, it dawned on me. I'm actually only one more win away from top 8. In the top 8 qualifier, you would normally expect to be facing one of the top 10 seeded players again, or even a favourite for the whole event, but in my case, I was to face the 15th seeded player, called Boss Hog. This is because Boss Hog had made a huge upset earlier on in the bracket, defeating one of the favourites to win the whole thing. This wasn't particularly shocking. Boss Hog is a very highly ranked Rivals of Aether player, and the skill clearly carries into Melee. I even had made a Twitter post before the event about Boss Hog being an underrated pick of mine. What can I say? I'm a bit of a talent scout myself. They also have 2-0'd me in our only meeting just 6 months before this. So it's by no means a lucky draw, except for me, in this moment, it might just be. As if there's one matchup I want to play when I'm nervous or uncomfortable, it's the one that in my history I've had beaten into my soul by multiple different styles of Falcon players that I've grinded with through my time in Bournemouth. It's by far my most comfortable and historic matchup that I've played, so I couldn't be happier to see a Falcon as the gatekeeper for top 8. As well as all this, murmurs of my run had clearly been spreading throughout the venue.
Sorry, Chaler versus Boss Hog for top 8. Nobody expected this.
As for this set, it seemed like everyone in my region had gathered to watch. All I had to do now was play a game that I knew I could, to achieve a goal that just hours ago felt completely unachievable. Shocked I haven't done one of these all video, to be honest. I connect the up air, and I close out the set 3-0. As I pop off from the pure joy of achieving the goal of what I set out to do. As I turn to my left, I see all of my friends who came with me there, watching and happy for me, screaming and shouting. But I'll talk about all of that and the feelings of this whole run just a little bit later. After all, job's not finished. We reached top 8, but what was our goal when we started this video? Get top 8 or bring it all home. And with the way this run is going, who knows, maybe we might just get there. Now, who's our next opponent? Oh, so it all loops back around. Our first opponent in the top 8 is Mr. Mad for Men, Jez, our top seed from pools, who absolutely destroyed us earlier in the day.
Chaler might just lose right now.
How could you? Do you not believe? This is,
are you seeing who he's playing? It's Mad for Men. Mad for Men. Jez unbeatable right now.
You could say my optimism has declined a little bit upon seeing this, but there are a lot of different circumstances now. In fact, I feel like a completely different player than I did this morning. So how would this set go? Could I prove that I deserved to be in this top 8 and I didn't just get lucky with a lower seeded qualification match? Well, game 1 would start rough.
Yeah, I think Mad for Men's the favourite for sure. I think he's just done it more against better players.
My punish didn't look too strong, and Jez was able to take an early kill. However, I found a rather cheesy down smash, and somehow even it back up. The pressure of a top 8 game clearly affecting both of us.
Two old heads of the game Mad for Men may be somebody who we would have expected to be here as like a in and around top 8. Chaler, definitely not somebody who would have expected to be here. Content boy himself.
However, Jez shows a consistently better punish and closes out more stocks. While I clamour to find the end of his, getting a kind of lucky roll in, somehow I do manage to keep it even, and I find a great opportunity to get a big lead. But once again, I can't close the stock, and it just stretches on and on. I eventually lose the stock, and Jez extends his lead even more. Despite the deficit, this is Fox vs Falco, and anything can happen.
I've got to say, I'm rooting about Jeremy here.
Oh, I'm all about Chaler.
Alright, man. Well, we got
Chaler getting top 6 at the Arcadian would be
absolutely
crazy. We can't be having control of this.
These two played.
Oh my god, so Chaler! What an F smash!
These two played in pools, and it was a clean 2-0 for Jeremy. The big stage hits different.
The top 8 with the crowd behind Chaler.
You can't really hear it in the video, but my friends were pretty loud. And this was clearly getting to Jez a little bit. But either way, that's how it goes up there. And I found myself 1-0 up, going into the second game. We go to Final Destination, and it's just as you would expect Fox and Falco to be on this stage. We go blow for blow, and yet I manage to get a clean stock lead. Jez, though, decides to turn it up with a 0 to death, and just outplay me brutally on the last stock to even up the set.
Roll on, smash! He shields the grab attack, that is the Jeremy!
Still, the set does feel like it's in my control. It certainly feels a lot better than our set earlier in the day. I want to win this set so badly. I made top 8, but to validate myself not feeling like I got lucky with my run, I would love to win a set here, to prove to myself that I deserve it. This would all be decided in these next games.
Keep that on Bargy.
Oh, Jeremy! Finish it off!
And
oh my god! What the fuck was that? Oh, Jeremy has a chance! Back throw! Oh! No! You 2-0'd this guy!
That's what I can win next one.
Oh! Oh! Oh, it's so tense! What's gonna happen? Oh, it's over! Holy shit! This was a clean 2-0 in pools. A clean 2-0 for Jeremy. The pressure's on. Reverse down tilt though. I'm sorry, but this is fucking crazy. Chaler is about to make top 6 at an Arcadian. I've ever seen. This guy who's not seen a top 8 in his life was suddenly at the biggest tournament he's ever been to. And he's losing! Chaler, holy shit! This is actually happening! Oh! That's it! Chaler makes top 6!
You're the fucking goat. You're the fucking goat. You're the fucking goat.
As if I wasn't happy enough with my comeback, this was the cherry on top. It's one thing to make top 8, it's another to be able to show you can win sets there. And I was able to prove that my run wasn't simply bracket luck.
I'd like to formally apologise to Chaler.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.
So, could I keep this momentum going? Maybe I could just take the whole tournament. Up next was Decipher, an absolute favourite to win the whole thing in a lot of people's mind. The set starts off amazing. I clean 0 to death him. Maybe I really do have this. Ow. 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 Really? Ow. Oh my god. Please leave me alone.
Over. Oh my god. We're gonna see a 4-star?
Frankly, I don't think I could beat Chaler this hard.
Oh my god.
And that's a 4-star.
Yeah, I don't want to waste your time with this. Despite some close games, Decipher did absolutely clean me up and went on to actually just win the whole tournament with an amazing run of his own. He wasn't letting me get away with any of the bullshit checks in neutral I was doing, and his punish was top notch. I definitely don't feel bad losing to him. He was absolutely in a different caliber of player. So, that's the end of my run. But I just want to talk about how much this whole video and moment means to me. It was a roller coaster of a day, to be sure. I went from losing a set I felt I shouldn't, going outside and nearly crying my eyes out, to nearly falling out of the bracket multiple times, but somehow, some way holding on each time, and going on easily the craziest run of my entire 8-year Melee stint. Not only did I achieve the goal I set out for in this video, but unknowingly I achieved a lifetime goal in Melee. Do you remember at the start of this surprisingly long video, I said, my dream, however, has always been to just once, instead of being the one cheering, to be the guy being screamed for, to even just once feel like the main character. Well, I meant it. I realized after a few years into my time with Melee, I was probably never going to be the best. And I didn't really want to put the work in that it took to be the best. This is a pretty common thing. I wasn't prepared to sacrifice what I needed to do for that, and that was okay. Because I realized that what I wanted wasn't to be the best, but to have some amazing sets with the people I cared about watching along, genuinely invested and cheering for me. To feel that rush even just once, and be on that stage that I see just so many of my idols and I've seen my own friends on in the past. Those have been some of my favourite memories watching the game, and just once, I just wanted to be that guy, win or lose. And unfortunately, I've never been good enough to experience that, even in 8 years of playing the game. Not even something remotely close. Yet, through this video, having an excuse to grind at the game for what I thought could be a last chance, I was able to experience something I even forgot about, and I thought at this point I might never experience. The sight that I saw when I turned around after making top 8 is something that's absolutely just seared into my brain. I can clearly still picture everyone there and the emotions that it brought. I even feel a little bit emotional recording it. Like, this is 8 months past and I still feel a bit emotional. I didn't mention it earlier, but here in this footage, I'm wiping tears from my eyes because it just hit me like a ton of bricks in that moment. I didn't realize what was happening, and I turn around and see them, and the memories of what I'd always dreamed of, and the memories of watching people, it all just came flooding back to me and hit me in that moment. It was so emotional. So I was unscripted. A lot of this is unscripted now. I'm just kind of rambling. Yeah, I just forgotten that it was something I had even wanted until I saw it. A part of me probably didn't even believe when I started the challenge that I could do it, yet there it was. And God, I cannot thank my friends enough for being there and having good enough friends that I can have them watching in that moment and care enough to cheer for me and gather around. That means so much to me. I thank you everyone who was there. Even if you were watching online and sending me messages afterwards, that's the same thing. I didn't even know how much it would mean to me. And then the top 8 win to top it all off, to complete that feeling of playing on the stage and the stream and everyone watching, just made the day, made it perfect for me. I didn't even need to win the tournament past that point. It's probably part of the reason I got 3-0'd. I'd achieved everything I wanted to at that point, and I realized it. It all feels kind of silly when you think about it, to deeply feel this happy, to feel this intensely about winning a few rounds at a video game in a competition for the people who aren't even ranked, in a country that's not even regarded as particularly strong at the game in the grand scheme of the whole thing. Like, and yet it does feel that strong. I feel so proud of myself that I was able to do this. And God, I need to thank Frenzy for his help. It was so kind of him to help me and offer me coaching at the simple cost of just shouting out his Metafy. So, link below, check him out. Obviously, I highly recommend it. I couldn't have done this without him. Really, honestly, it's insane what just a simple training schedule will do for you. Yeah, if I talk any more about this, it's going to end up even more rambly than it already has. So I just want to give my final piece. And it's that it's never too late to put in the effort to achieve something. Even this old dog was able to do it, so why can't you in anything? And once again, I want to thank all of my friends and the people who congratulated me. Even if you doubted me, I want to thank you. It all made it so incredible. I want to thank you for watching this all the way to the end, hearing me ramble. Thank you so much for watching. There might be more videos like this to come. Who knows? It's a bit different from what I've been doing. If you missed out my practice sessions, you can check out my Twitch on chaler.tv/chalerttv. Turn on notifications for the YouTube channel if you want to catch those kind of streams. Obviously, thank you, Jeans, for putting on an amazing event. As always, if you are in the UK or Ireland Melee scene, their events are always worth it. So, yeah, thank you all again. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. It's not up a little bit. It's kind of gross.
Hey guys, I just want to give a really special shout out to all of my Patreons who supported me over this long period of inactivity. Whether you were there for 1 month or there for a year, I just want to shout out all of you who have supported me. So, from the top, thank you Jack, thank you Blair Inspired, thank you Scramble4, thank you Toaster the Wizard, thank you Kensho, thank you Adriano Martinez Lopez, thank you Brilliant, thank you Bradicus, thank you Dylan Scrow, thank you Hugo Polivsky, thank you ADHD Food Mess, thank you Why Am I Clumsy, thank you Mr. Business, thank you Coco Nya, thank you Beefsteak, thank you Zoth, thank you Mitchell Skaggs, thank you Biss, thank you Big Baby, thank you Dan Landon, thank you Jerry Ford, thank you Snugs, and thank you User Error. Thank you all so much. I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart, and hopefully I will be able to give back even a portion of what you've given me over the coming months, as now I'm back to normal and we'll be posting again, hopefully regularly. Fingers crossed. See you guys soon.